Hi there, this is Becca with Amazing Paper Grace, and I have a tutorial for you today. And the tutorial is this sweet puffy flower. I call it a Scor-Tape flower, and I'm going to show you how to make it. Now, I will tell you, I didn't invent this, but I have adapted this for use on paper crafts. I've seen it, we did something like this when we were kids. And I've also seen it in the quilting industry, but everybody is doing some kind of rolled flower. This one is just nice because it's so poofy and it's so full. You can make it as poofy or as full as you want it, and there are several options. So other than the score tape you need for it and the ribbon, you probably have most of the other supplies in your craft room. They might not look like mine, but you will find something that works. So let me first of all show you the score tape. This is 1/8 of an inch, and this is 1/4 of an inch, and you can probably make the 1/4 inch work, but I really am liking the 1/8 inch. So this is one of the things you're going to need. And then also, you're going to need some rulers. Now, I don't use every ruler, I have used each of these rulers. But, if you can find some that are of a different width, that's going to work out for you the best. So, I have all these, and this isn't a ruler, but it's a slab, and it's smooth, and it is the right size. So it is something that I've used. For right now, I'm going to use this metal ruler. And then the other item that I have is I'm using a paintbrush. And this paintbrush has a really thick base and it tapers down. It's the handle that I'm going to be using. So, and for this particular flower, I used the seam binding. It worked out really well, but you can use a variety of ribbons. Optionally, I have an iron set off to the side. You don't have to use it. You can press with your fingers, but if you have one, why not? Okay, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to need is my ruler. And I need a little piece of tape and my seam binding. I'm going to put the tape on the end of the seam binding. Actually, I have that ready. And then I'm going to attach it to the ruler. Okay. And then I'm going to roll the seam binding on the ruler. And I'm going to do it loosely. That's kind of important. And the ruler that I'm using is 18 inches. So I'm going to go as far as I can down the ruler. Alright, I'm most of the way down. I'm just going to push this up. And see, because I didn't do it tight, it easily slides up. So when you're looking for what kind of item you want to use to wrap your ribbon on, it needs to be something that's smooth so that you can actually slip your ribbon up or slide your ribbon up it. So I'm just doing more winding. Do this a couple of times until I get my ruler almost full, and again, I'm not pulling this tight, kind of doing it on the diagonal. And so here we go again. I'm just going to move all this up. Okay, so that's how much I have left to go. And I'm to the point where I can push this up. Then I'm going to go one more time. Okay, you won't be able to see the whole width of my ruler in the camera, but you'll be able to see the middle part. So now I'm going to lay this down on the end that I finished with. I'm going to tape, and I'm going to cut. Okay. Okay, now we need the score tape. I'm going to, on the lower edge, add the score tape all the way along the bottom edge so that none of the score tape touches the ruler. So here we go. If I wanted to at this point, I could do just a preliminary press, but I'm fine here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take off my tape now. I'm going to turn this over and take off the tape here. Okay. So now I'm going to slip this off. And I can do it partially by pulling and pushing with the score tape. So I can tug. This is 18 inches long, so it's quite long. Okay. There we go. The cork on the back of this ruler gives a little bit of resistance, but not too bad. Alright, so now I can do some finger pressing. If I want to, I can get my iron out. And typically, I do the pressing at the bottom. Okay, so now is when we need the brush. I'm going to use this end of the handle. And you'll see if you use this end, you have a wider opening in the center. This is a more closed opening. So I'm going to put the ribbon on the handle, and I'm going to start to wind it around, except for I'm going to expose just a little bit of the tape so that the sticky part shows. And what I want to do is I want to get this all the way around to where the sticky part catches and I form a circle like so. Okay, so now I'm going to pull and I'm going to continue to wrap. And I'm going to pull off more and continue to wrap and keep pulling and continue to wrap. Okay. I just keep going around and around. You know, I could have stopped with 2 rounds, but I want a pretty full flower. And I'm just going to continue to pull. Alright, and then when I almost get to the end, I'm going to leave that last wrap. I'm going to leave at least one whole wrap around of the liner. You can pull it off if you like, but I just like it to be on. And then I can pull that off. And then I'm just going to start to manipulate it a little bit. I'm just going to fluff it up a little bit. And there's our flower. You'll trim any loose ends you see. And this is what it looks like from the back side. So it's hollow. There we go. So then let me bring in again the one that I had already made, kind of poofy. I have a place on a card that I'm making for it to go, and so it will go right there. I just want to show you it. You can flatten that. That can go in an envelope, and it's still going to be fine. And then I'll just show you a couple others that I made. Now, I had mentioned that you can vary the width in the center. So this is one I actually did down at the bottom. And so I can actually put my own center like a huge brad in there. And then I did it with some satin ribbon as well. So I have this. This is a little one that I did with this ruler. Then I have a bigger one that I did with this ruler. And then I have a big one that I did with another ruler. So it's kind of fun, very easy, and there are a lot of variations that you can do. So I hope you give it a try. I should have hopefully some variations on this that I'll put on video as well. But give it a try and see how you like it. Thanks for stopping by.